Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a Ferrero Rocher roll cake. Now I would have done this a week ago, but being Christmas, I just had too much crap in the fridge, and you know what it's like, you overeat anyway, so I wasn't going to make it. No one would have ate it and I would have to thrown it out. Now my ingredients, there isn't too much to this today. It's pretty basic to make, but it's Ferrero Rocher. Anyone that doesn't like them is either silly or just, I don't know, it's like people that don't eat bacon. I've got a cup of flour, 4 tablespoons of cocoa. I've got about 175 grams of butter, or a cup and a half, unsalted, 200 grams of of chocolate. I've got 5 eggs, about 20 Ferrero Rochers, which go in the actual cake. I've got 2 individual lots of hazelnuts. One's 3/4 of a cup, the other one's a full cup, and about 400 grams of sugar, I think it is. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to whisk the egg and the sugar together in the mixing bowl. I'm going to sift out my cocoa and flour onto a greaseproof paper so I don't have to use a bowl. I've also got a lined tray. That's 10 by 15, I think it is. And I've also got the oven going at 180 degrees or 350 Fahrenheit. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to whip up the eggs and the sugar in the mixing bowl, and I'll come back when they're double in size and I'll show you what I do from there. Okay guys, as you can see, this is doubled in size. Now I forgot to say before, there's also a few other ingredients that I forgot, I think. It's 250 grams of Nutella and a can of condensed milk that's been turned into caramel, and that's for the filling. But now at the moment I'm going to fold in just by thirds. And just fold it in. Don't knock the air out. Just fold it in like you would anything else. And just keep going till that's mixed through. And get another bit. And keep going. Now that I've put a bit in, I can put a little bit more in. And just do the same thing. Just keep going. You just want to get a big thick consistency. Now also what I'm going to do is, once this is mixed through, which will be very soon, I'm going to add 1/3 of a cup, oh sorry, 3/4 of a cup of hazelnuts to this. So I'm just going to add the rest in. Discard over that all over there. Whoops. Now I hope you all had a good Christmas. I know I did. I ate too much and drank too much. I think everyone does. Now all it is, this is just about done. As you can see, the consistency of it, it's just about done. I'm just going to clean the edges off. Now I recommend you get a rubber spatula for this. This is probably the best, one of the best investments I've got in a while. Now all it is everything's just about mixed in, just at the bottom it ain't, as you can see. So I'm just going to keep going. You won't knock it back now. You're not going to get into any trouble with it, because most of it's mixed in. You should be right. So all I'm going to add now is the hazelnuts, which I already weighed up and crushed. You don't need to roast them, just throw them in and fold them back in with everything else. Now as you can see, it's a beautiful thick cake. Now trust me, This is going to be very, very rich because this is just the cake. Wait till you get to the rest of it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it over here a bit more and just pour it straight on here. Now what you're going to do is you're going to spread this out. I've got a spatula over there. Now you've also going to have to, whoops, I'm going to make a mess with this. You're also going to have to wash this bowl out because you're going to need it for the insides. Sorry, the topping of everything for the rest of the cake. Now what I'll do is I'm going to fix all this up and I'm just going to spread it all out, as you can see. Whoops. Don't worry if it's thick and thin in some parts because you're going to fill it with other stuff in a minute or very soon, so just going to spread this all out. This is why I hate greaseproof paper, because it is horrible to use. Now even though it looks a thin cake, I promise you there's enough here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it straight into the oven at 180 or 350 Fahrenheit for about anywhere between 12 and 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna wash the bowl and I'm gonna let this cool to room temperature, and I'll show you what goes on the inside because we're gonna roll this up in a tea towel so it doesn't crack. So once that's all done, I'll be back and I'll show you what we're doing next. It was out the oven. I took it out. It took about 11 minutes, I think it was 12 minutes. Now I did a big mistake. I broke it, but it's nothing the icing won't fix. Trust me. Whether or not you break it or whether or not you do anything with it, it's going to be, at the end of the day, you're going to ice it. No one's going to see it. No one's going to know what you did wrong or what you did right. Now while I'm waiting for this just to get a little bit colder, I'm going to mix my butter, my caramel and my cup and Nutella until it's all nice and thick, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what we do with these, the chocolate and the rest of the almonds, the rest of the hazelnuts here. So I'll be back now. Yeah, I'm disappointed that I broke it, but that was my stupidity. I rushed it a bit. Just let it cool down once it comes out of the oven a bit more, and then you should be right. But I took it out, I accidentally took it off the tray, it come off too quick and it split as I was taking it out. So shit happens, that's part and parcel of baking. Thank God there's icing because that's the filler, that'll fix all the problems. Like any painter will know, you can fill it up and paint over the top of it no matter what. So this is just the same. Okay guys, as you can see I'm back. Now what I've done is I've whipped the Nutella, butter and caramel together, just so it come together. As you can see, it tastes exactly like the middle of a Ferrero Rocher. Now, what I'm going to do, is I'm going to unwrap a few of these and stick them at the top, and just stick them on all the way across here. And then I'm going to get some crushed hazelnuts here and just very lightly put them on top, and then I'm going to roll it up and I'm going to put it on I'm just going to put it on my tray that I've got over here, which I'll show you in 2 seconds, which is this platter. And then I'm going to ice the top of it or coat the top of it and put it in the fridge. And then I'm going to melt some chocolate and I'll show you what I do from there. So when it's rolled up, I'll show you once I've put it on here and iced, and I'll show you what I do after that. Okay guys, this is just a close-up of what it's going to look like. I've got to try and work fast. It's about 34 degrees or even hotter in my house. And I can't turn the aircon on because you'll hear it going through everything. But this is what it looks like. I'm going to roll it up and I'm going to put it on my platter over there, and then I'm going to ice it, and then I'll show you because everything's melting in here. As you can tell, my hands are even full of chocolate from melting. I'm going to roll this up. They're all Ferrero Rochers. that's the buttercream and the hazelnut. I'm going to roll it up and then I'm going to ice the top of it and throw it in the fridge. I'll throw it in, before I throw it in the fridge, I'll show you exactly what it looks like. So that's what it looks like close up, guys. Okay guys, what I've done is I've just melted some chocolate and I've put it in a piping bag that I've made out of greaseproof paper. Sorry. I'm just going to cut the end off, if I can. Want friggin' scissors. Alright, now all I'm going to do is just decorate the top. Just as much as I can. Yeah, this is hot. So what I've done is I've just finished it off. I'm just going to throw that out. That's a good thing about them piping bags, I can throw them out. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick some of these Ferreros over the top. And that's virtually it. Stick it in your fridge for, oh, how long? About 8 hours, 8 to 6 hours. And it needs to set. I'll come back and cut it and I'll show you, I'm going to show you a close up in a minute. It needs to set overnight, anywhere between 8 to 6 hours, and you should be right, but I'm going to let it sit probably till, well, it's 1 o'clock now, just gone 1 o'clock in Australia. I'll probably let it sit for about 6 to 8 hours and then I'll cut it and I'll show you what it's like inside, but in a sec I'll just get the camera and I'll show you what it's like, alright? Thanks very much guys, I'll see you. So there you go guys. That's what it looks like. It's all finished. All looks good, thank Christ. And hopefully it tastes good too. I haven't made these in a while, so, but that's it. I'll come back when I'm just about to cut it, so I'll see you then. Okay guys, it's been about 4 hours since I put it in the fridge, and I have cut a piece off, and that's what it looks like inside. Okay, there you go. It's very moist. I've got to have a taste. It looks so good, I can't complain. If I can. That's what it looks like inside. It's very decadent, I can't complain. And yeah, I'll just hang on. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. Alright guys, that's the end of it. If you can, like and subscribe to my channel. Next week I'll be doing Berliner donuts. If you don't know what they are, they're just donuts filled with custard or cream patissiere. Hopefully next week, alright guys? Until then, thank you very much for watching. See you later.